how's the Fed looking at this right now with where we are? I mean, they're in a bit of a political battle, or at least they're trying not to be, but they're getting sucked into a political battle, right? Like, what does the rest of this year look like? We're all calling for 2 to 4 cuts, but what's the reality?
So on the one hand, I'll talk quickly about the New York Fed. The New York Fed kind of gauges the street on liquidity. And so the questions we get from the New York Fed is, hey, how's liquidity? How do you guys feel about liquidity? Is it our trades getting done, our transactions getting done in a way that's not that where we don't see a lot of anxiety from our customer base? And the answer is pretty much yes. I mean, but we have seen some widening in bid offer spreads based on the uncertainty, which has put a little bit of strain on liquidity. But by and large, liquidity is good. So from a New York Fed perspective, I think we're okay. From a DC perspective, I think it goes back to what is your view on what's most important to the Fed? And then two, what is your own personal view on inflation and the labor force? If you think inflation will remain sticky, which I think it will, I think inflation's done okay. It's come off from its highs, pandemic highs, but the question is, does the Fed look at the inflation narrative today and say, look, we're good. I mean, we can hold off from cutting rates and not sort of get into a political battle with the executive branch because the executive branch thinks that rates should be lower. Maybe we should sort of stand pat on our views, keep rates high, and sort of watch the data. If the data suggests that we'll move into a sort of a recessionary environment, then we can consider changing our message to be more hawkish. Because one of the things the Fed doesn't want to do is lose credibility. If the market starts to believe that the Fed is going to take political pressure from the executive branch, then you lose credibility. Then the market starts to reprice assets very differently in environments like this.